Here's an update. This is still what it looks like after 24 hours. Super peelable. Yay. By far, one of the most requested kits for me to review is the Squishy Kit by Craft City, Karina Garcia's company. So the question is, does SaltEcrafter have anything against YouTuber products? And the answer is probably.
Absolute waste of money, hardcore scammage, ultimate disappointment.
I actually don't have anything against YouTuber products. I mean, even if ever I did come up with my own product, you are 100% sure I will be salty reviewing the heck out of it. Nobody is immune from SaltEcrafter. Last week we took a look at the pancake art mix, which was really a pretty bad product. So, of course, I predicted that Guava Juice's fans would come at me with their most terrible grammar. You don't know how to use microwave. You're embarrassed yourself. Boo! I'm unsubscribing. Of course it broke up because you're too old to use it. At no point did I know that being too old for something makes it automatically fail. Alright, enough delay. As you guys have requested, the Squishy Art Kit by Karina Garcia's Craft City. Just to be absolutely clear, I have nothing against Karina Garcia herself. We actually spoke a couple of times on Instagram. She's an absolute sweetheart. I am going after the actual product, not the person. If I do look at any point uncomfortable or in pain, it has nothing to do with, maybe it has something to do with the product. But for more often than not, I've actually been not very mobile and I'm in quite a bit of pain. But I want to have fun with you guys, change my mind a bit because I have a pretty bad back injury. Remember, if you want a shout out in my Friday videos, don't forget to hashtag Nerdification Squad in the comment section below within the first 45 minutes of a video's release, or hashtag NerdyCrafter anytime on Instagram with any of your creations. This kit cost me $20 US. Alright, enough delay, let's do this! I'm gonna regret that because I can't pick it up.
Oops.
So here's what we get in this kit. Right away I can tell you I am pretty annoyed because on the box it says make your own. Now when it comes to make your own, it's different from decorate your own, and on top of it it says molds. If you know what molds are, it should be the shape of something and then you add the liquid or whatever it is to it to make the actual piece. But we're not getting molds, we're getting the actual squishy. You're not creating something, you're decorating something. It actually doesn't smell too bad, but is it a slow rise? Yep, here it is, real time. It's actually pretty pleasant to squeeze. So we get one cupcake, one donut, and a supposedly mystery one, which is just, you know, kind of like a bun. We get some sprinkles. Oh, we get two kinds of sprinkles. So we have the long sprinkles and short sprinkles. We get some paint in white, blue, yellow, and pink. Usually when you want to make squishies, you kind of want to make faces, so I'm a little disappointed we don't have black. And I believe this is chalk.
Oh no!
So here we have chalk in 6 different colors, but there's contamination. Can you see that? Alright, so I have my heart set absolutely on making this one. I'm going to just follow the instructions and do exactly as I'm told because that's what I do. I can tell you right away that using chalk instead of chalk pastels is definitely not a good idea, just because chalk pastels are so much more pigmented than actual chalk. So let me show you. These are chalk pastels. These are way more pigmented and will actually hold on way better, but I'm gonna follow the instructions because that's the kind of crafter I am. Step 1, select one of the squishies. Done. It's not a full mold, just call it a blank squishy. Scrape any color of chalk with a coin or key to turn it into a powder. Use a brush or your fingers to put the powdered chalk on the foam mold. I'm just sitting here squishing it with one hand. It's actually pretty pleasant. Okay, so let's scrape the chalk. Because I'm a curious little fella, I'm gonna use my finger first. Well, this is not going anywhere. Do you guys see that? Like, how am I supposed to get the color on? Come on. It's way more vibrant on this sheet. Let's try a brush. Here's a brush. This is pretty sad. Come on. Alright, so I'm gonna try chalk pastel. I'm pretty sure just the material itself is not supposed to work this way. If we were gonna use our fingers, you see the difference here? And I'm using a lighter color. So if we were to use chalk pastels, we would actually get an even and prettier coat. Just so you know, I'm doing the same exact thing. Chalk is not sticking. There's a difference, huge difference between chalk pastel and just chalk. One is gonna hold, the other just won't. So I'm gonna keep going with the regular chalk all the way around. I don't wanna bore you guys with it. And I might actually add some of the yellow one on there too, just to kind of give it a depth of color. Okay, so not all colors of chalk are created equally, because as soon as I added some of the yellow into the orange, it started sticking. So you can see the difference in the color here. Mind you, it's still nowhere near as pigmented as the ones on the box. So let's do a little test in the back of this bun. See, I did a test with the yellow chalk and it did stick. Let's do a little test with each and every single one of them so you know exactly what colors actually work on this squishy. Alright, as you guys saw, yellow is pretty pigmented, so it definitely will stick onto the squishy. Orange, not so much. Green, I haven't tested out. Green's not too bad. Time for blue. Blue, not so much. Go for purple. Ooh, yes. Purple is definitely pretty pigmented. And lastly, red. Alright, so orange, green, and blue are your weakest colors in the chalks. Red, purple, yellow, Salty approved. Alright, I have no idea what's going on with this paint. Is there like a cap? Okay, I'm squeezing. Why is it not coming out? I think the nozzle is blocked. Okay, so I think my fingers are stained. Let me have it. Why is this puffy paint running? No! I wanted to go get a popsicle stick, but I'll just have to use my fingers. It's starting to run. Last I checked, the puffy paint I used did not leak down like this. Look at that. This is not the texture of puffy paint. Much like we did for the chalk to test out which ones are pretty good and which ones not so much, I want to test out all the paints on this mystery bun. The blue for sure is super runny. Yeah, we've run out of blue. Oh my god, these things are annoying. Fake puffiness. Yellow. Yellow seems fine. Pink. Ooh, that is kind of runny. Okay, hang on. You try to close them and it just kind of caves in on itself. Okay, and yeah, you get a mess. And white, which was pretty firm. White keeps its shape really nicely. Yellow keeps its shape really nicely. Pink and blue are very questionable. All right, so here it is dried up about 80-ish%. I know it looks wet, but it's actually not. The thing is that it's just not evenly put down because it was super liquidy. And just so you can see, just by it drying on its own, it's starting to peel off. So you can see right here, it's just not made to stay. So if you keep squishing it, it's just going to start peeling off. One last test. Some of you are going to be telling me you should be having your finger or brush damp. Let's see how big of a difference it makes. So let's take this spot here. This is a non-damp brush. This is what it looks like. Let's dampen the brush. And here it is. So it does make a huge difference. In case you didn't read that little disclaimer that says, use a damp paintbrush. I don't know why it's not written directly on the instructions. So make sure that you do read both sides, but it will not stop the fact that the more you squish your squishy, the more diluted this is going to become. Time to find out, is this kit worth it? I actually got through this time without laughing. If you're new to SaltEcrafter, we love to start with the cons because that is the whole point of being salty. If you don't like to be salty, bring a cookie or some water. By the way, I have an awesome update before we get into the cons. There will be a salt shaker emoji. So as soon as that's out, let's make sure that we claim it for SaltEcrafter. The first con, the box is misleading because it does say make your own. Now, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure we are decorating our own and not making our own squishies. Which leeways into the second con. It says mold. This is so not the right word because when we talk about molds, we talk about silicone molds and then we have to put a mixture inside and then see the squishy actually start forming. I was gonna say foaming. That would have been close enough. That would have been a good pun. Missed opportunity. I don't know the reasoning behind choosing chalk instead of chalk pastels because chalk pastels are way more vibrant and they hold on way better than actual chalk. So why? There was a missed opportunity to add black puffy paint so that we could make cute little faces. I mean, the pink was there, we could have done cheeks. Sticking to the paint, the blue and pink were very runny. As you saw me put it on the actual donut, it just started falling. I've never had that happen to me with puffy paint and I've used quite a bit. And this is the first time I've actually seen it start drooping all the way down to the point where I had to catch it with my finger. So I don't know what's going on with the paint containers, but it was either clogged for the blue one, or if you are just squeezing it out, it's pretty flimsy. If you try to put the cap back on, it's also trying to recollapse on itself, which is also pretty weird for a paint container. On with the chalk colors, the vibrancy are not consistent. So we do have some of them that are way more pigmented than others. When it comes to the orange and blue, they're way more pale. So make sure you do use that damp cloth. Oh my god, look, I've seen Mariah Elizabeth review this part and I knew it was going to happen. I was just hoping maybe different colors reacted differently. The paint does come off. So even if you did do good work on your squishy, the blue just comes off as it's drying. You don't even have to squish it that much. I barely got a chance to squish it. I don't know what else we could do other than probably sanding the squishies before you start or putting a layer of primer, which would be paint and glue. But even then, there's no guarantee that, you know, that's going to stick. I'm not a squishy expert. Just, look, this kit was supposed to work. When it comes to the puffy paint, the blue, at least anyways, it already finished before I could finish glazing my donut. I couldn't even put an even coat because it was runny, but it already finished. So you definitely will not have enough paint for all three projects. You might have to supplement with your own. Now, even if we do get the chalks nice and vibrant, it's chalk. It's going to rub off. That is so normal. It's just going to end up looking dirty and used. Even though the chalk seems like a good idea, over the long term, it's actually just going to look pretty ugly. Mistakes are costly. So we have to remember that this kit cost us $20 US. Each squishy is more or less $6 and change. If you mess up, or if one of the materials like the blue paint messes up with you, you just messed up about $6 worth of squishy. So mistakes are costly. All right, on to the pros. There are a few because, you know, it's not as bad as the other kits, I have to admit. The color of the sprinkles are just absolutely adorable. There's just something about them that makes me happy. Even on the ugliest of squishies, it looks pretty decent. The squishies are soft. I found myself, you know, while I was working on one, my hand would just kind of go towards the muffin and start squeezing it. It was pretty pleasant to squeeze. It's not as slow rising as some people might be obsessed with, but it is pretty decent. If you don't consider making any mistakes, it does cost about $6 and some change per squishy. If you do buy your own squishy, they do range about that price, and we're not talking about buying it from, you know, cheap Asian stores. So you are getting squishies and an activity for around that price. Speaking of activity, I did find it pretty relaxing working on a squishy, even though I'm not making it, I'm just decorating it. So I would say each squishy took me more or less about 20 minutes of playability, and then you have to wait a good few hours, about 24 for it to dry. And then it's a squishy, you just squish it. It wouldn't be a salty review unless I fell in love with dumb details. Bags are resealable. Thank you for that. Keeping in consideration all the cons, it's important to know that some instructions could have been clearer, some materials could have been better, the playability was okay, but overall, I would give this product a 5.5 on 10 dorks. Not quite a 6 because there were just so many downsides, and I feel like it could have been such an amazing decorating kit, not make your own squishy kit, but it does fall short. Is it worth it? That is entirely up to you. Now that you know the cons and the pros, you can can supplement it with whatever materials you think would make it worth it for you. So many of you have been requesting the guava juice slime kit. I promise it will come. Stay tuned. A huge thank you to Katie Longo and Chrissy White on Patreon. I really appreciate your support. If you want to watch another salty review, make sure you click up here. And if you want to watch another crafting video, make sure you click down here.